Todd Snitchler, welcome to the Valder Beebe Show live out of Dallas, Texas. How are you?
Good. How are you this morning? Thanks for having me.
I'm having a great day, and we've got some questions for you. I'd love
Sure.
to hear about, what surging power demand means for our wallet. I'm going to talk about Texas, even though my show is a national show. In Texas, they're building a lot of data centers. They're building
Sure.
a lot of new home communities. I'm sure they want power.
That goes without saying. And those are two of the things that are really driving the new demand on the system. And I think if you look at virtually all of the studies that have been done recently, I don't know which one is right, but I do know that they are all pointing up, and they're pointing up in a meaningful way. And it's new construction, as you know, it's data centers and AI, which everyone likes to talk about. But it's also reshoring of manufacturing, it's electrification of the larger economy. Depending on where you are in the country, it could be heat pumps and other things, all of which are adding new demand to the system. And that's having an impact on the supply-demand balance that we need to maintain.
Well, what impact is it having on our utility bill?
Yeah, that's the question a lot of people are asking, especially as we're in the summer months and it's been hot and bills have gone up. We've done some analysis in the mid-Atlantic portion of the country, and we've looked at where the cost increases have come from on the average consumer's bill. And it's not been the generation portion. In fact, generation has gotten cheaper over time. It's been flat to declining in virtually all of the jurisdictions that we looked at. But state policy choices and transmission and distribution, the wires portion of the bill that moves electrons to your home or business, is where we've seen a substantial increase in the amount of cost that's on the average consumer's bills. And so I think that's an important data point for people to keep in mind.
My audience is on multiple platforms. So
Sure.
I'm going to take this one from, where's this? I'm going to take this one from Instagram. The poster says, I hear the host talking about data centers and new construction of communities. And this leads into my next question. How is our government for Texas in Austin handling this?
Well, I'm not a Texas expert, but I can say that as you look at approaches that are being taken around the country, those that are leaning into the competitive option, which is the Texas model, but other parts of the country as well are having that, are able to utilize the ability for competitors like our members in order to deliver the least cost power and do so in a way that shifts risk off of captive customers and onto the backs of shareholders and investors. And that's good for consumers because it means they're not saddled with a non-bypassable or an unavoidable charge on their bill over time for that new power plant. In fact, that risk is borne by the developer, and if they make a good investment, then they stand to profit from that. And if they make a bad investment, then they're the ones who have to pay the cost and not the customer. And that's a win for consumers.
There you go, poster. My guest today is Todd Snitcher. He's president and CEO of Electric Power Supply Association. Todd, can clean energy be both reliable and affordable?
Clean energy, when it's the part of the larger resource mix, plays an important part. And by that, I mean, standing on its own, it probably can't deliver the same performance characteristics that the integrated system does, that includes dispatchable resources like nuclear, like natural gas, like coal, along with intermittent resources like wind and solar and even battery storage. But when taken together, it's a way that will allow the system to operate reliably and cost effectively, but they need to work in tandem. No one resource is going to be the way that we power the system going forward.
Okay, here's one we did on a pre-survey of you coming on the show.
Sure.
They want to know what clean energy is.
Yeah, it's probably in the eye of the beholder, but the conventional wisdom says that clean energy, as some define it, is wind, it's solar, it's renewable resources, probably includes hydro, pumped hydro storage, and things like that. But some states have gone so far as to define natural gas as a green or a clean energy resource. So I think it varies by jurisdiction. But in the end, it's really about how we ensure system performance and do so in a way that is cost effective and delivers that reliable system that's really table stakes for consumers.
Todd, finally, as the race for power heats up, how is this going to affect homes? Are we going to have less access to power or more access to power? What's going on there?
Yeah, I think in the end, consumers are entitled to and will continue to receive the power that they have always had at home. The challenge is going to be, how do we make sure that we get new resources added to the system fast enough? How do we make sure that those resources can ensure the reliable operation of the system? And how do we do it in a way that mitigates costs to consumers so they're not paying a dime more than they otherwise would have to pay?
Okay, I'm going to let you go after this one because this is a really good one that comes in from Facebook.
Sure.
The poster says, in some places, people are fighting over water. Are we going to fight over power?
The short answer is no. We're not going to fight over power because we're going to get this right and we're going to deliver electrons to consumers in the way they are accustomed.
You have been so straightforward, Todd. I really appreciate you stopping by the Valder Beebe Show and trying to educate us a bit. Because
Thanks so much
AI,
for having me.
we didn't get a chance to talk to, but next time, AI.
Sounds great.
Hi, I'm Valder Beebe, host of The Valder Beebe Show. We have over 1,000 videos on ValderBeebeShow.com and YouTube.com/Valder Beebe Show. We upload new videos daily. Our site is a modern baby boomer platform with news and information important to boomers. Subscribe to YouTube.com/Valder Beebe Show and stay connected as I interview the world's most fascinating people.